DC Anime.
Hey, True Believers England team here with the real Dr. Venkman, except no substitutes. And the idea to do a bad comic beatdown unfortunately fell through tonight. And but we will be doing one. I'm just gonna hammer it in right now. We are going to do a pre-horror comic, whether it's the one on the thumbnail or not. That's different because I want to do Black Cat Comics number 50. Have you ever seen this cover here?
This is yeah, it's the one with Black Cat on it from Spider-Man, right? No, that's
right.
I know.
Yes,
it's the disgusting, horrible, evil Black Cat cover.
Yes, it is. It's a cover where this guy's face is just melting off.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's really cool. I thought it would be fun. We're gonna do that Halloween, as well as I'm in all honesty, I kind of want to do something solo where I'm just reading Cycle of the Werewolf. I've always wanted to do this, so that's going to happen either Sunday night or Monday night. So, hello to One Slick Dude. Hope you get your books soon if you haven't already. And
I got mine. I didn't even know I had them because for whatever reason the mailman decided to put them on my front porch, which never happens before. It always goes to next to my driveway. I have the main entrance right there.
Oh, before we
thank you for putting them in plastic all the time because they were kind of damp because everything froze last night.
Yikes! I can't. Yeah, I try to make sure. You know, you put them in the envelope and then I put them in. I try to make sure.
It just weirds me out because I'm like, I have a door here and then I have a little table you can put them on. Instead, they go all the way away from the driveway into the grass.
That's something now. Yeah, I've had boxes I've sent like to I sent to Darkness Comes and those big long priority boxes. I sent to Darkness Comes or I sent to Dominic Powell, and they get there and they look like they played football with them. I mean, they're horrible.
I've never had that problem. I said it's weird because we do have a front door, the porch and the awnings up, but it's never used. It's always closed. There's not even a walk path to it. You have to walk through grass, walk around the gutters, downspouts, and just to get there. It's like if you walk down the driveway, you can see clearly where everybody walks in. There's a door. There's a door right there between the garage and because we have one of those things called a breezeway down here. People are wondering what the hell that is. It's basically a room that connects the garage to your house. It's a square room, has a front door and a back door, and it has our basements going down steps going into the house. But regardless, so it must have been someone new because he got lost. Because I'm thinking like, why would you not just go straight down the driveway? Or I'm just, what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna get one of those giant mailboxes because they like to shove those boxes in our little mailbox. They warped it so bad. I've had to like push it. I'm like this to the point where I'm like, I want to sit there with a gun. Like, you got to put it in there? No, you're not.
Yeah. Hey, look, I do my best to get everything to you guys in the best shapes possible.
Like I said, it's not you. It's the freaking mailman people. They don't know how to, like I said, big box. Whoa, these envelopes don't fit in this tiny mailbox.
I've had that happen with where they with an envelope or they just push to the point where the book goes. The worst is eBay. You order a freaking comic book off of eBay and then they put it in like a manila envelope.
Yeah.
And then just tape it and there's like not even a freaking backboard on the comic. What the freaking hell? I've had that happen. And they shove it into the mailbox and it's folded. That is horrible.
So
at least you got to put it into it would be better to just cool.
I got them.
It would be better to just take 2 pieces of cardboard, put the comic book between them, and then just tape them and send it like that. That would be more safe than a freaking manila envelope.
Like I said, I'm just shocked that even though that bag says fragile on it, they didn't try shoving in the mailbox. Like fragile. Now I'm really gonna mess it up.
Fragile, kick, punt. Right, score. Okay,
here's your box.
I do want to show off a little bit. I found some books in a collection, so I've got these for tomorrow night's auction. So, let me get rid of Green screen.
Get rid of Christopher Reeve. Nobody likes him anymore. We're all about Henry Cavill.
Yeah, I don't think so. But I have this
DALTON.
Brave and the Bold, and it is Batman and Sergeant Rock.
Nice.
So, oh, look at the condition. Look at that condition on this book.
Right? I don't see any spine ticks.
Nothing. This is freaking mint, man. I actually, when I see a book like this, I always wonder, should I send it to CGC? I mean, this is definitely a CGC copy.
Who's he shooting at? Rorschach?
Apparently a vampire, because Batman's saying stop. This is the only thing that can destroy him. So I got this, and this is going to be 10 or 15. I'm going to be looking this up. And I also found this. It's probably the only thing that is Halloweenish.
Nice. Eric Breen's, sorry, Eric and Boyd. Sorry, you guys can't have the same first initials and last initials. You'd say a grilled cheese or tuna melt. How about both?
And then I had a couple of cards and everything that were having a sale down at the comic shop. And my first thought, I was thinking, okay, I gotta get a horror book, you know, for Halloween. And I picked up a
Vita Leo book,
The House of Secrets. The House of Secrets. It's kind of like if you've ever seen The House of Mystery, and it's got the hand reaching out of the church. The House of Secrets started horror after they were doing the superheroes, so it was the same thing. It was about $40, and I was thinking, okay, with my discount and all that, with the sale, it makes it worth it. Maybe I'll pick it up. But then I looked up on their wall and saw this puppy right here.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, is he an alligator skin?
No, it's his Turtle Boy thing. This is a 1951 Jimmy Olsen, number 53. This is the first appearance of his Turtle Man persona. It's an iconic cover to the point where they used it in the 1975 or the 75th anniversary special. And this is in 7.5, maybe 8 condition.
I gotta ask though. So is Jimmy Olsen like the Mr. and Ms. Plisick?
No, but he
always causing problems.
At this point in time, he did, however, get into things where, like, for a while he was the elongated lad, you know, so he would get these weird superpowers and such, and it went.
So that's what the post preface was referenced to, him having the stretch powers.
Yeah, so that one's going to start at 50, and the other two maybe 10. The Secret Sinister maybe 8 or somewhere around there. England team was talking about melting faces, so a melty cheesy sandwich popped into mind. That actually, I'm looking forward to some nachos I've got downstairs.
So last auction you had the first appearance of Aquaman, right? Silver Age.
Yeah, that actually went to One Slick Dude.
150, I think it was. You said
$150, and
I was talking to the guy at the shop. He said, like, you know, you think they would go for more, you know?
Well,
no offense to One Slick Dude, but I'm thinking, like, it's Aquaman. He's gonna
well, I was actually surprised there was no bidding war. And my first thought was, I was like, if I put it on eBay, I was gonna put it on an auction at about $200. For you guys, I usually drop the price a little bit. At this point, I dropped it 25% and put it at 150. I thought there would be a bit of a bidding war. Unfortunately, not. I could have easily gotten 3 bills. I could have doubled.
Like I said, he got it for a really good price. Because I mean, I would have thought it's Aquaman. He's everybody loves Jason Momoa. But you think because there's a demand right now. There's no Aquaman stories right now.
Well, my thinking was, look, I got my money back. And I made a profit. It's just, I just got very lucky on that book. I was able to find it. Right now I could say the price. I tripled my money, so I'm okay.
This is what I got.
And plus, One Slick Dude got an awesome comic for basically half of what its value. So
first appearance Jubilee.
Oh, awesome! That's pretty cool.
It's just funny. At the comic shop, I was like, we just did a retrospective of this, and here it is next week. It's like it's in the front. I'm like, it's fate.
Yeah, might as well, man. That's awesome.
It's nice condition though. It's like
nacho cheese. What's up?
It's
Jimmy
also-
Olsen was like Lois Lane in terms of being a distress magnet
But-
to Superman. Yep.
Did you see the other thing I got though?
I have not. I haven't talked to you guys for a while. I've been in my own world over here.
Well, Ash just made his first. I introduced that guy on our channel for the first time. Nobody knew who he was.
Who?
Yeah, a guy named
Huh?
Ash. A really good guy. He's got a channel.
He does.
So
all right.
prepare yourself for this. I didn't realize they're going to do reprints of this book, and I didn't realize what it was until I got it.
Wrong one.
This is reprint.
There we go. Ah, yes. I want that. I love that story. This is the Dell
Yep.
Zorro. This is we actually sold one of these. That
Yeah.
was for a while. That was the #1 comic sold.
So
We
that
sold the very first appearance of Zorro in comics, which this is Zorro proper. The very first appearance of Zorro in comics is actually a Kid Eternity book.
Yeah.
But
So-
that is great. That is a great book. I mean, it's like literally not only if you can
Yeah.
find the original, it's a great book to have as an investor, but that's a great story.
This is a reprint of issue #2 of the original Dell. Back in 1943 or 44.
Mm-hmm.
$4. Through American Mythology Productions.
Well, I want it.
I did not. I was looking like I didn't see this on the other channel. The thing I usually look at Comic Geeks.
Yeah,
it just happened to be there.
On, by the way, maybe we should start a Kickstarter because something we're missing out on is
Zorro books.
Well, yeah, Zorro, Green Llama, Pre-Code Horror,
Green Llama.
There's a character called Green Llama. That's just one that popped into my head. Point being is these books are public domain. That's public domain. So they could.
Hey, if I can.
No, I don't think the Zorro one is, but there's a lot of stuff out there that you can. There are people who have created their own comic book company, cleaned up the images. Let's get that out there. Boom. It can be done.
Speaking of Zorro stuff, next week is actually coming out. Is Lady Zorro, another book coming out.
Lady Zorro,
which I didn't realize that was a thing they had for a while. But I know there's a TV show.
The copy was also the first appearance of Queen Atlanta, his mama.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, I still have a couple of the books from last week. They're gonna show up as well that didn't get picked up.
Like I said, I was excited. I was like, I looked at it like, wait, that's old. But I'm like, it's a reprint. I'm thinking like, I've never seen reprints or just the old original Zorro unless it's like, if they did a reprint, it's old.
Yeah, that does look pretty good. I thought this would have already been gone. There's such a push for Doctor Doom now, and this is his very first solo series. And of course, I have a feeling that a couple of these are going to be picked up by Nerdy Texan.
One would say you're doomed to hold on to that Doom.
I know, right?
It's not a bad thing.
no, it's a good comic. And this one is mine. I finally put my statue set back up, and so I found this. I lost this for a while. I found it again, but
it almost looks like it's supposed to be a connecting cover.
What?
That one you just showed the Teen Titans? Like it should be a connecting cover. That'd be great.
Oh, I just put on. I was lucky enough. There was for $150 the first appearance of Deathstroke. Really nice copy.
Nice.
So but it was the one I had already on layaway. It's just I hadn't been able to visit the Kissimmee store because I'm in another city now, and so they removed it from layaway. They sent it to the store I was at, and they were able to put it back on layaway for me. I can't I can't afford a Deathstroke, so I'm gonna get that, and then holy shit, I found a first appearance of the Unknown Soldier. I'm very happy about that. Let's see. Not sure about current Lois said, but the Burn era and thereabouts, she was taught fighting techniques by her dad. Yeah, I think she's still there. Green Llama has been contentious if it is public domain or not, but I have seen a lot of publishers use them. Well, I think it has to do with if you're using somebody else's version of him. He's in the public domain. Once they're in public domain, they're in the public domain.
Like I said, I'd love to see
I'm pretty sure Dynamite, like if you start doing some of these characters, I'm sure Dynamite will try to cause you some trouble.
Yes, I think Dynamite is the one that's doing the Lady Zoro.
Yeah,
Let me look it
yeah,
up.
and they're doing the Green Llama and the Black Terror and all these other
Which is,
Golden Age
like I
heroes.
said, I'm liking Project Superpower. Is Dan Abnett's coming back to it again?
Project Superpowers.
I believe
Yeah.
he's gonna be. Well, at least he's gonna be doing something with them. Like I said, it's weird how Dynamite's been getting some of the good writers over there. Ones that aren't doing anything. Like Dan Abnett was working on Aquaman. Get kicked off of that. You know, where'd he go? Left him. He didn't go to Marvel.
Yeah.
He went over to Dynamite. Dynamite still has its own share of problems. They hire people like Mark Russell to write crappy Red Sonja books. Christopher Priest is inserting Michael B. Jordan to every book he writes for Dynamite.
That's sad. And
I'm not making it up. Go look at his Vampirella Year One. The guy that knocks up Vampirella.
I looked at the first issue. I will not look at another. Yeah, I did.
Like I said, I was like, what is this? Like a fantasy? I'll tell her origin story as she flies away naked and pregnant. I was like, ugh. Diamond did a good take on Green Llama in Project Superpowers. Really good. But he wasn't there. Okay, I read. You're talking about the one that just ended, the 6-issue one, or is this earlier, like a couple years ago?
One? Yeah, I guess it just ended because I remember getting the first couple of or the first issue anyway.
Well, the reason I asked because I know I haven't been reading, paying attention to Dynamite, but Dynamite's been doing this stuff since 2013. You know,
yeah. Oh, I love Project Superpowers. I'd say
Yeah.
I got that in a. There used to be this thing called the comic book bento, and so it was one of those box services that were popular for a while.
Bentos.
And they would send trade paperbacks. You know, obviously they bought overstock from comic shops, and then they would just send trade paperbacks. And I got some of the Project Superpowers. Warren Ellis was writing, and I thought they were awesome. Good stuff. That Green Llama was a Buddhist, hence the name Lama, as in Dalai Lama. Let's see. Dynamite did a good take on Green Llama and Project Superpowers. Really good, says Eric and Boyd. Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah,
I like the Zorro books by Toth and Dell. I have almost all of them, says one slick dude. Me too.
So I looked it up. American Mythology, the one that did the Zorro book here, the reprint, they're doing a Lady Zorro book. It's a lady versus a swamp witch.
I do also believe that they did a Tarzan and I think they did a Frankenstein as well. I could be wrong though. One slick dude, did you know that on Disney Plus they just put in the guy, what's his name, Zorro? The one, out of the night when the full moon is bright comes a horseman known as Zorro. That one?
Blade?
No, that's a whole different one. 2 bits, 4 bits, 8 bits a dollar, all 4 Zorros, stand up and holler. Hello, brother. Who are you? Oh, well, you could say we were once woo mates.
As much as I love the Antonio Banderas Zorro, Mask of Zorro, I love the
gay blade. I saw the gay blade many times when I was a kid, and we just got HBO and all
Guy
that kind
Williams
of stuff.
is
Guy Williams, thank you. It was a lot of fun. That movie.
Did you ever do a crossover with Batman for Zorro? Probably. I wouldn't be shocked if they didn't.
I don't remember
DC does
doing that.
I mean, well, DC's done crossovers with other stuff like they've done with Harris back in the day. They had Vampirella.
Well, I know, but I don't think Batman ever teamed up with Zorro. Not Zorro proper, anyway.
Well, he's got the Gray Ghost, which is Zorro.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, of course he did the shadow and all that kind of stuff. That was kind of cool. Yeah,
Zorro.
Oh no, it's pretty cool. I think I want that book. I'm hoping they have it.
Yeah, they did. It was a Brave and the Bold.
Was Zorro the Gay Blade filmed under the bridge? No. At the time, I was only 12 when that movie came out.
The Brave and the Bold, issue 121.
Oh yeah. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Rock on.
This looks kind of like it's a newer. Well, it's 90s. It has the blue and it has the 4 stars turned to side circle. So it's got to be, huh. But yeah, go ahead.
Oh, once again, if you're jumping in and wondering what the hell's going on, we were going to do a reading, but unfortunately, Maranya went to bed. Eric's got the World Series. We're not tearing him away from that. I wanted to do a couple of, or at least a story out of pre-code horror. You know, something we've seen the covers. What's behind those covers? Actually, that would make for a good video series. You know what? You got the famous cover. Hey, look, you got that Wolverine. Let's now check out the story behind that cover.
You were showing that the one you showed we were asking what behind the cover. There was an image you could see on it that's supposed to be there on the picture you showed in the group. We're talking about that or talking about the inside, because you could, if you look closer on that image you showed and you ask what's behind the cover, you could see an outline of something like a head or something like that.
Well, yeah, I was looking up grotesque covers and all that kind of stuff of the here, let me share it. I found this one website or whatever it's called. It's actually called Grotesque, the Terrible, Awful.
Guys, cover your eyes. It's Asian porn.
Yeah. No. I will not share that on this channel, but I did, however, I'm going to re-release it or at least try to highlight it. I did do a video based on this comic. This is the very first Eerie Comics right here. This is the #1, is the very first horror comic book ever made. So I did do that. This is this is one of the most famous horror covers. It's Black Cat Mystery #50. On MIT Spring, I actually have this as a T-shirt. I'm going to get for myself as well. Then we've got the Chamber of Chills. So I was looking through here just thinking, wow, all of these really cool. What is the grossest of the covers? Obviously, for me right now, it's definitely this one.
That is because that reminds me of flesh-eating bacteria, cabin fever.
Yeah. Well, also the problem with these is that a lot of the covers that are going to be shown here were used as evidence for Frederick Wortham. So he was able to point to Black Cat Comics right here and go, see, kids shouldn't be reading this stuff. It's turning them into Nazi bad guys. And
put a label on it that says adults only.
Chamber of Chills here. That's pretty cool. There is one. I definitely do one as a T-shirt. Yeah. It is like, okay, this is grotesque. Tomb of Terror, issue #15. You got this grotesque, you got the cover, but there is one that I found that's actually just mean. I don't know if it's going to be here or not. Somebody was seriously tried to cop a Crypt Keeper's attitude. Harvey was known. So this is from Harvey Comics. All right, and then we got.
They say the British Navy makes men. Well, I'm certainly proof of that. Bunny Wigglesworth.
A lot of these comic books with the band covers, they're going for. Sometimes they go for 10 or 15. At one case, $20,000.
I don't need the comic. I just wanted to have the covers and put them in frames, hang them up on my wall.
Yeah, it's something. That's pretty average.
Oh, we've seen the hentai. That's cool. All right, passing the squid.
Yeah. Well, the squid isn't anything. It's just a squid eating a guy. This is two mysterious eyes melting a man. So
I'm just saying, if you're a diver and your name's Dan, you don't want to be anywhere near a giant squid.
And then, of course, you got some EC books.
Yeah. Oh. Like, that's the Tamers right there, the Frankenstein. Like,
I love the open skull with the worms crawling out.
I guess I won't eat tonight.
This one, I'm like, okay, why is this here? Is it because our man is kicking his ass with his own ass?
Here he is.
Hey, what's up, Mr. Breen? Commercial. So you could actually participate in this for a little bit.
It'll be my lunch.
Yeah, I thought I'd drop by for a moment.
Okay, let's see what we got. They also did Dracula versus. Okay, we don't have any comments on these gross ass covers.
Nobody's looking.
That's a far cry from the stuff he was turning out in the 50s, though. Really, that stuff seems. Yeah, I was wondering why is this here? Because other than our man is basically shoving his ass into this guy's face. Then we've got this one where the guy's about to get his eye poked out. A prominent feature of 1950s anti-comics hysteria was that Frederick Wortham called the injury to the eye motif. And to be fair, there were an awful lot of comic covers on which someone was on the verge of having their eye gouged out, often by some leering maniac.
Look at that stuff. That is the worst. The eye No.
So you're not a big Lucio Fulci fan, huh?
Oh, look, if that's just Visine that they're putting in.
I don't like Needle in the Sky either.
Yeah, I'm sure you probably didn't like either.
Fire in the Sky. My bad. Which had a needle in the.
Hey, Gilly.
He froze.
Well, somebody came in. I called out. Okay, that's her. Somebody came in and I called out to her. She didn't answer, so I'm like, I'm about to have to pick up my hammer and go running.
Well, don't you remember you lent it to that guy that was going over to Paul's house?
This is a very famous cover right here, the removal of the brain. Let's see, just so badly sensationalist, not as gross, I suppose, as some of the rotting flesh stuff, and not as urgent as Bailey's own injury to the eye, but holy crap, that's brilliant. So which one is your favorite? Oh, this one is Eric's favorite, if I remember correctly.
Well, yeah, because I have it.
You have it? What, do you have it in that famous Eric Breen spot on the couch?
You've never seen me show that?
I don't remember if I did.
I'm just saying, this guy was so tired of being rejected, he finally got head.
Yeah, when I sold my collection, I kept that and the Chamber of Chills that the Misfits made the album cover out of, where the girl's holding up the highball and you can see her skull through the glass.
Yeah, that was actually the comic book I was planning on us reading tonight.
Yeah, I kept those two and another crime suspense stories that just has a girl walking and there's a knife-wielding maniac about to attack her. At the time, this wasn't worth the thousands that it is now. I just kept it because I didn't think it would make a difference to, in the total that I got for what I was selling. And I'm glad I did because, it's this cool thing to have, but.
What's up, Dominic? Says, evening, everyone. The horror and fantasy comic books are grotesque yet eye-catching. In your honest opinions, what would the comic book industry be like if the Comics Code Authority didn't happen?
That's a good question.
I've got an answer for that.
Okay.
At the time, it seemed like the worst thing that could have ever happened to the comic book industry because it basically killed the industry. But what it did do, and this is where I think a lot of us maybe owe him a thank you, Dr. Wortham, is because that without the Comics Code Authority, I don't know that John Broome and whoever the other guy was gets the idea to maybe bring back the Flash, which then led to bringing back Green Lantern and the trickling in of the old DC heroes again, which led to Martin Goodman being the copycat that he is, asking Stan Lee to come up with something, which gave us Marvel Comics. I don't think any of that happens without a code.
True. How many kids would be allowed to read these, and it wouldn't be as popular because they had to create ones for kids.
Well, eventually this would have died out.
Yes.
Superheroes died out after the war. Westerns fell out of favor eventually. I mean, the horror train could only go so far. Now, we would have gotten a few more years of really good stuff out of EC Comics, but so I said, it's unfortunate that it happened the way it did because it would have been nice if it had happened organically. But I really do think the code gave rise to the superhero revival.
That does make a lot of sense. I guess that's the answer to that question. Not too shabby.
What's up, Ahsoka?
How do you do? Hope everybody is feeling well today. Let me see. I think this is it. Now I don't know if we're about to see this, but it's not a gross cover, but it's one of the meanest covers I've ever seen. I don't know if
I bet I know what it is, and I'll tell you honestly if I'm right.
Okay. All right. I'm not showing the whole thing, but let me see if I can't find it up here, or I'll show it off. What it is the it's a man who's literally shoving a woman's head into an oven.
Oven or the stovetop?
The stovetop, yeah.
That's the one I was thinking of.
Yeah. Let's see if they've got it here, because I mean, you get a lot of gross covers and all that, and you could say
crime does not pay, right?
Yeah, crime does not pay.
Yeah, that's one of those that I wish I had gotten. That crime suspense stories or shock suspense stories, whichever one that was. $50 was what I got it for when I bought it. That was the going rate for key stuff like that, because that was a key then, but that's what a key horror title was worth.
Yeah,
that would have been about what that shoving the girl's head into the stovetop would have cost. And I really wished I'd had an opportunity to get that one, because that is that's a very famous cover.
Yeah, so you knew what I was going for there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right, let me
was that
show
the one with Sue Dibney?
We've seen this one, the Beware, where they're zombies dragging her back to let's see if I can't. Whoops, too far. There we go. But let's see, that one's the famous
that's
one.
That's the other one that I have.
Yep. And Kissing the Dead Guy. This is it right here.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I was like, holy shit, he is being possessed by a ghost to do this, according to the cover. But yeah, there you go. Wow. This was 1950s, I guess. Yeah. 1940s, yeah.
Late 40s, early 50s.
True story of Legs Diamond.
But yeah, there's some gruesome pre-code horror out there. This one I've seen around.
Yeah, there's a YouTuber. Are you familiar with a channel called Comic Collector Geek?
No, I'm not.
Look him up. Check out. Just watch one of his videos, because he does it in his comic room, and he's got basically a wall. It's just wallpapered with. I don't know if he changes them out, but the first thing I noticed was Fantastic Four, Glare, AF-15, Spider-Man 1.
Wow.
He's got a on the Fossil show, they have a thing now they call breening, because I would show books that other people had shown.
Yeah.
I breened him with that decapitation cover.
Nice.
And I said, I can do this once. He can do this all night, because he has hundreds, if not thousands, of Golden Age comics.
Wow. This is awesome, by the way. He's throwing the body down the freaking sewer and holding on to the head at the same time.
We were asked, the crime does not pay. What issue was that? What number?
Okay, that horrific that you just showed.
Yeah.
You want to take a guess who the cover artist is on that?
Jack Kirby.
Don Heck.
Don Heck, really? Mm-hmm. Wow. Mad Magazine Don Heck.
No. Marvel artist, Marvel DC artist that everybody looked Asian in the face. Don Heck.
Okay.
It looks like number 10. Is that the price?
No, that's only 10 cents. I'm not saying a number. Do you know what number this is that crime doesn't pay?
I do not know.
Yeah, we'll have to look it up. But yeah, there you go. We got there's some gruesome covers out there, kids.
I can find out.
Google?
No, I'm going to go to Comic Book Realm, type that in, and the one that's worth like 8 times more than the rest of them.
That's the one, right?
Yeah. So you kids talk amongst yourselves. I'll be with you in a moment.
And Englentine or Englentine or you want me to just a dead name? You just say Aaron.
Yeah, I have actually in real life answered the question, "What's your name, Englentine?"
I want to introduce you to Ash on Comics. That's the guy. It was on my channel the other night. So
who?
Yeah, that's the guy who was on my channel last night. Yeah, so he's saying, "Hey, you guys."
Ash, what's up?
Obviously, I don't know what he means by "you guys," but they ask him about that.
Oh, yeah. Well, we're safe to say that again, because definitely on at least one social media platform. The Hulk seriously bent the CCA because the military wasn't to be disrespected, and it was an actual villain of the story, says Maranya. Let's see. We got.
It is number 24.
There you go.
Oddly enough, not the most valuable one in the series because it started. It was a book called Silver Streak Comics.
Yeah.
Name changed with issue 23, which it says apparently was supposed to be 22, and that's worth 11.5. The stove cover is 10.5.
Hmm.
And it is worth about 8 times more than anything else other than the issue before it. So that's
these things. They are kind of cool. All these grotesque 1950s horror pre-code titles. So and then you look inside, and basically by today's standards, the stories are very tame. So, but those covers, man.
But if you go back to the ECs, they really do still hold up.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Yeah, I mean, some of the other ones from the other companies do, but the ECs are as close to timeless as any well, more so than any other comics of the day, because to be honest, most, if not all, the superhero comics are very dated at this point.
Yeah,
not just from that they were fighting World War II, but that they just, you could tell that the writing isn't there like they.
Yeah,
like
read Teen Titans versus Young Justice, which is essentially the same team these days.
Yeah.
But the writers on the talent pool that EC had at that time is, you rattle off the names today, and most people that are into comics know them all. So that they were, like I said, they were so far ahead of their time that, yeah, it's a shame that they got lumped in with everything else. Although that decapitation cover was basically the straw that ended the trial.
Yeah, and it's easy to see why. Even more so than like the cover that's behind me here. You get a stovetop cover or a decapitated, or I'm dropping the woman's body down a manhole while holding her decapitated head. Like I said, those are a little bit more mean, and I get why they were a nail in the coffin, but yeah, it is something. And it's not so much the horror comics when it comes to Frederick Wortham that I have the question about. It would be I read Batman comics and now I think Batman's stooping Robin. To come to that conclusion, I think you've got to have a little something not connected upstairs.
Well, yeah, he would see those and he just assumed that Batman and Robin were gay. Mm-hmm. And it's just turned out he was just a little premature. Hey, all I'm going to say in Dr. Wortham's defense, you have Wayne Manor with its hundreds of rooms. I'm sure a good portion of those were bedrooms, and Bruce and Dick were sleeping in the same bed.
Yeah, that was kind of weird.
I mean, yeah, it would give a fella pause.
If it was a woman that took a girl as a ward, I could see it's okay because it's a maternal thing. But
yeah, there is a double standard.
Well, yeah. It was a plot device because they were talking and they but still, we can joke about it now, but in an era where people, when you think about if you got in the family way, they sent you off to parts unknown to have the baby and
plot twist.
So I mean, I said it was a lot more. We were a lot more conservative in those days.
So plot twist. Bruce is a stingy bastard and didn't pay for heating anything other than his room.
See now, if they had used that for the trial and hidden a couple of covers, we may not have ever gotten a code.
He's right.
And why does Eskis Kefauver get a pass? He was a dick too, but that's beside the point. He was the senator that spearheaded it.
He had greasy palms, okay?
I don't know. Makes sense to me.
Glenzer.
Thank you very much for the super chat saying, where would y'all rank Tales from the Crypt on the list of best comic shows? Goodness. I
We'll
like
let you know when we get a tier list stream.
Yeah, there you go. Thank you for the super chat there, Glenzer. And no, I don't know if I would put it at the top because usually when I'm thinking comic book shows, I'm thinking superhero. But Tales of the Crypt was done very well for what it was.
I was going to say good.
Well, I wouldn't even. My mind didn't even go to comic book shows. I was comparing it to other shows like Twilight Zone.
Yeah, because at the time, definitely that you had the Twilight Zone. You had Alfred Hitchcock Presents being rebooted. You had Amazing Fantasy, not Amazing Fantasy, but Amazing Stories, and like I said, Twilight Zone. And I believe Tales from the Crypt were all being rebooted at the same time as not Tales from the Crypt, Tales from the Dark Side were all being rebooted at the time. Tales of the Crypt was on top as far as those shows were concerned.
Yeah, they got to get a little bit more risque because they weren't they on HBO.
Yeah.
Tales from the Dark Side, I believe, was syndicated. Twilight Zone just didn't have Twilight Zone. I'll take the original over any of the reboots that followed.
It wasn't horrible. Amazing Stories was the one I think that could really compete with Tales from the Crypt. As far as those were concerned, that was the one that was produced by Spielberg. Like you had the guy, it's Halloween. The guy's dressed like the mummy trying to get home because it's like the mummy is a daddy. His wife was having a baby and he's on a film set and he's dressed like a mummy. So he's trying to get home. Then they had a lot of other really good stories. I remember from the amazing, like, Rhea Perlman and Danny DeVito play a married couple, and he buys her a ring. It turns out it's a cursed ring that makes her evil. It's supposed to be for their anniversary, and instead she now wants to kill him. But Alfred Hitchcock actually had one where this kid gets a hold of his dad's gun, and it's got one bullet in it. So the kid's walking around, he's in his cowboy outfit and he's pointing the gun at people, bang! And, it's not like he's going bang, bang, bang. It's just occasionally he's like walking around, he sees somebody, bang! And with every turn, it was done very well, very Hitchcockian story. But yeah, Tales from the Crypt, great stuff too. Yeah.
I mean, I didn't really watch a lot of the TV show, but I did watch the movies. Bordello of Blood was fun.
Oh, Bordello of Blood was a hell of a lot of fun. But
Dennis Miller, I love him in there.
Yeah. The other one with Billy Zane. What was that one called? Demon Knight. Yeah. Yeah, Demon Knight. Holy shit, was that a lot of fun. Yeah, I'd say definitely if you get a chance, watch the Tales from the Crypt TV show, watch the movies. They're definitely worth it. They're a good time to be had. There's a reason Bruce gave up his own son for Tim. Just saying.
I like the one after that.
The only Robin to stick around is the gay one. Just saying.
I mean, he likes the money. Dick gave it away.
Oh, I was showing this off earlier. Obviously, I've got some good books that are still left over from last week, like Action Comics 198 and The Astonishing Tales #1, first Doctor Doom series. Yes, I see it.
You always do that. I was like you.
But I want to show off again.
Go ahead. Make yourself.
Yeah, here we go.
And then switch over.
There we go. And I have, of course, still the Tales from the Tales from the
That's not a Coke. What is that? Is that a Diet Mountain Dew?
And I have the
Zero.
the Superman Lois Lane, second appearance Catwoman in the Silver Age, and of course, but I've got 3 new ones. I've got issue number 14 of the Secrets of Sinister House. Here. And then you got to see the condition on this book. It's not the most valuable book I've got, but you got to see the condition of this one. Look at this.
It's pretty nice.
That is damn sweet. Sergeant Rock, Batman, Brave and the Bold. Those are dollar makers.
Cheers, Ash.
And then, of course, this is going to be one of the big dogs for tomorrow.
The Lizard Man. Just kidding.
Very iconic Jimmy Olsen cover. First appearance of his Turtle Man. Yeah. Issue number 53. And it is in about 7.5, maybe 8 grade. So not too shabby, huh?
You don't got the one where Jimmy Olsen cross dresses to get a story?
Which one?
That's
I know there's like a bunch of them.
golden age Superman's pal Jimmy Olsen for you there.
Yeah,
good stuff.
Really weird. I read it the other day. I was like, "What the hell am I reading here?" I thought it was made up. I thought somebody like edited it. I was like, "No, it's a real story."
The original 1970s Tales from the Crypt movie was damn good too, says Glenzer.
So yeah, I know you weren't watching earlier, and a couple people have already seen this, but did you ever see a short-lived fanzine called Inside Comics?
Yes, I did. A long time ago.
Well, it would have been because it was 1974, but there was in the kind of like the editorial pages, there's an article. It just says he never learns, and they go on to trash this guy who like worked on fanzines, and apparently all he did was piss every pro off that he talked about. Paul Levitz.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Wow. That is kind of awesome.
I was wondering if he eventually was in a position to fire any of the people that were teeing off on him in this little blur.
That is funny. Yeah, that'd be. Is he still around?
Yeah, he's actually doing his first Marvel work in a couple months. He's going to do an Avengers story set in the very early days of the team.
Now that would be a grab.
I think I will come out of Marvel retirement for that.
See if we couldn't get him on to talk about a little bit of comic book history.
Yeah, unfortunately, yeah, like I said, the Anna Santi book that came out.
Oh, look at that! I saw a whole collection of Man from Uncle. I don't know how they would play with this group, but
I don't have the fan magazines, but I do have the books.
Yeah, I'd love it. I'd love the books. Those are awesome. And then here's something. Keeping that EC vein. Remember the Comics Journal?
Yeah, I like the Comics Journal. Oh, that's sweet.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
Huh.
The magazine stuff that I've been working on the last couple weeks.
That's cool. The bottom
there was another 40 boxes on the truck, and I was looking through those, and I didn't get the last 16 because I literally didn't have the strength to move all those boxes out of the way again because most of it was just junk. But there were some pretty cool things that popped up out of there. I pulled this out, the golden age of comic books.
Nice. So what is that? Open up. Let's. Is it just reprinted stories?
No, it's covers and it's one-sided. It's just a little blurb about what the book is on the white page and then the covers.
Uh-huh.
But
safe for Zach.
Yeah.
Those are they perforated pages? Is it supposed to be?
No, they're just. But it's just. Like I said, it's got like every page is one of those, but.
It just seems like it's kind of a waste to have the little font. Like I want to have more.
Why didn't they put? Yeah, I agree.
I'm a little bit different. I'm pretty sure we could say this as older people, but I watch things on either my computer or on my big ass TV. And that's why I liked making covering comics videos where basically I pick a character or an artist and then get together their best or try to get a complete collection of their comic books covers, because I love looking at those big pictures of the comics, you know, of the covers. They're just so gorgeous, you know, when they reproduce the art in that kind of size.
Airboy in the background, gorgeous. The Common America, gorgeous.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You know, like when you get a book like this, you know, and it's well, hold on.
Like I said, I just got done reading the miniseries for the Valkyrie. I'm gonna get into reading Airboy now.
This is okay, but what's really cool is when you get the let me see if I can't. I'm not even going to ask you to pull this out, Eric, because I know
you could ask. I'd say no.
Yeah, you can't ever move out of your house because of that book.
What I can't do is hold it with one hand.
You can't hold it with
those
two,
days
man.
are over.
Well, he builds up strength working under the bridge.
Yeah, but I mean, come on, you get these golden age comics, and they blow them up to this size, and you just get to look at the art. And
that's a hardcover deluxe.
It is just so gorgeous.
Nice.
I love that. You know, you get to actually study the art rather than just look.
Kind of like, what's a small little Wikipedia square?
Here we go. Batman number 25.
Yep.
Yeah, those are. Yeah. They are fun to look at.
They really are.
And I really wished I had been smart enough to get the 3 volumes that they broke them down into.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't my choice. I was lucky that my Ollies had a good run for a while, and this is what they had.
Sorry, I'm giggling. Cleanser's comment.
I can't hold it with one hand. All right. Okay, keep it in the gutter, kids. Keep it in the gutter.
If that
go lower.
Glenzer, if we were talking about that and that was an accurate statement, I sure as hell wouldn't be here.
Yeah, I'll point out this kind of stuff. All right. Anywho, we're in the gutter already. These really do hold up. And so Monday, Eric, are you doing anything on Halloween?
Game 3.
Game 3. What time does that end?
Oh, probably not till midnight.
Midnight shit.
When does it start?
The 8 World Series games play like Red Sox Yankee games.
So what if we did start before that? Are you able to do that? If we kept it?
I can't say one way or the other, but I thought, or if we could get together beforehand and do a pre-record, that would be kind of cool. But I thought it would be neat to actually find out what the story to White Heat, Black Cat number 50, the one with the guy's mouth that's all disgusting, find out the story behind it. Or as I've got the, what was that? The pre-code, the one with the wine glass.
Oh, Chamber of Chills.
Yeah, fine. Let's read that story too. It's only 8 or 10 pages each, but yeah, that might actually be good. Get together on Halloween, do a reading.
We're kind of up against it now on the magazine, so I'm going to be working on those pretty much while I'm watching World Series. So I may be in and out again tomorrow. Probably be working on them all day Sunday and Monday, because we're getting what I wanted to do with them isn't going to happen now, unfortunately. But you know, and unfortunately now I'm down to the part to where it was easy when I could put them all in. There'd be like 30 Vampirellas and 30 Eries and 30 Savage Swords of Conan. Now I'm literally looking at like 2 issues of something times 100. So it's a lot of looking up and a lot of bullshit.
Right.
So but yeah, I guess we're putting it all together Tuesday at the store, and then start selling them I think Wednesday, which I said I wanted to make an event out of it, but we're not going to be able to do that.
It's too bad, because I mean, from what you've been saying, it could you might actually benefit from a little bit of newspaper ad or news.
It turned out that he tells us today, oh, I kept 8 boxes, which explains why I didn't find an Erie #1 Ash can.
Right.
Or number 17, which had really low distribution and is worth more than every other issue other than #1. Last issue of Amperella. But like some of the really valuable ones were in there. Some of them weren't. Now, I don't know if he had those or he said the 8 boxes he kept were nothing special. Now, he may have been telling the truth.
He might have also not known.
Well, he ran a comic book store for 25 years. He should. But, you know, I mean, I was hoping to, I really thought there'd be like a set of Foom in here. But there wasn't. I'm guessing, because now I think about it, though, you had to send away for those. I don't think they started being available in stores until like towards the end. So maybe he just didn't. You know,
so if you find any early Foom magazines, grab onto them, kids.
Oh yeah, or if somebody happens to gift you with the one with the X-Men on the cover,
yeah,
thank them very nicely, then slam the door and run away.
All right. Well, anyway, guys, we've been at this for an hour. I certainly appreciate you guys jumping on and looking at some horror comic books with us. I think there's some pretty cool stuff out there. Let's see. Today I dropped a video. It was the Midnight Suns onto this channel, so please check that out. It's the first appearance of the Midnight Suns, the Ghost Rider, Blade, Morbius team from the 90s. Tomorrow at noon tomorrow at 9 a.m. is the first appearance. I'm doing the comic book origin, first appearance of the Strawman, or the second Scarecrow from Marvel Comics. A lot of people don't even know that Marvel Comics has a first Scarecrow. They actually had 2. One is an Iron Man villain, and one is a horror character, and that's the one I'm doing.
Ash, we can take care of that in about 21 hours, give or take.
Oh yeah, we're going to take care of you if you want a longer screen.
Also, Ash, you had a 6-hour stream with Skip last night.
There you go.
On Twitch.
Let's see what comes after. I'm also working on a couple of these pre-code horrors. The first appearance of Werewolf by Night, which I think you guys did a reading. So if you want to see it kind of dramatically read, comedically read,
I think we did a retrospective. We didn't read it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Go to Geeky Puppet Show. I'm going to be doing an origins of Werewolf by Night as well. So please check out Old Man Comics for that.
I'm trying to think. We think we did read one, but yeah. Check out
Ethereal Dragon, what did you think of the video? Please say something good, I hope.
we read Frankenstein.
Frankenstein? Like the
But I also read the Werewolf, though. I think I did read Werewolf by Night. But,
I wasn't part of that, so I don't know.
The first appearance of Frankenstein, Marvel's version of Frankenstein, I don't know if it's the same character as X-Men 60, right? Somewhere along there? X-Men
X-Men 30.
30? Is that what is X-Men? Why do why do I know where I'm going, but I don't know, I can't nail it anymore.
Yeah, we did Wolf and Stone, Werewolf by Night 3 weeks ago.
Yeah. But yeah, please by all means check it out. And for November, I've got a whole bunch of JSA. Kind of taking advantage of their popularity from Black Adam. In November, I've got a whole bunch of JSA characters all lined up and ready to go. First one out of the gate's going to be Dr. Fate, so that should be fun. So please check, keep an eye on that. Needs More Bird. I know he was going fucking nutso on it and everything.
We had some earlier Popeyes. Great.
Yeah. I apologize. Anywho, thanks for hanging out with us. Don't forget to click like, share. Please share this out. Comment on the video when it's done. Just say, hey, all right, this is cool. I should do one of those things like, hey, what is the grossest comic book cover? What's your favorite horror comic book? let me know in the comments section. And if you don't mind helping out the channel, going over to Ko-Fi, drop $1 in the till. I'd like to thank everybody who's already done that. And to everyone, all of the true believers, thank you very, very much for watching. Have a good night, guys.
Good night, kid.